I just wanted to give y'all a repeat
Mm.
of what
I don't know where you're going with that.
she said. Wait, what did you say, Erica? I
It
couldn't
was
even get it out because you
well,
said.
I was watching your face and I was like, okay. I was like, because you kept leaning your head towards the camera, and I was like, what is he getting ready to
She
do?
said,
Because I was
you,
so confused
you,
watching you.
this is why I don't do spontaneous stuff. What I was doing was, on the spur of the moment without telling you, so unprofessional. I was giving y'all a repeat of the last couple of weeks of the show. Nothing.
Oh,
Oh my god. She
I was
said,
so confused. I saw you like leaning your head towards the camera. I said I was leaning in. I was like, "What's going on?
If we
What's he
would have
getting ready
went
to
to high school together, I would have had you in detention
say?"
all the damn time. I promise you. Oh, I'm crying. Yeah, y'all. So, I'm gonna just go ahead and hit the music and
Dun
do
dun dun.
do my narrator thing. And yeah, it the past couple weeks have been insane. A lot of
Don't
stuff.
blame us.
Some of you, yeah. Some of it I can tell. Some of it I can't. But man, listen, life be life. That's all I
Don't
can really
blame
say.
us. It's
You know,
been the holidays, everything.
yeah. And me and Erica share a very trait of being mellow, and it's not a big deal type deal. If you want to sponsor us, we got you. If you want to hire us,
Sponsor.
we got you. I promise. We're gonna get into a couple of things today. Yeah, you know I'm about to start selling ads. Hold on.
Sponsor.
What are you doing? Never mind.
I had like I couldn't tell if it was like a pimple coming in or not, so that's why I was sitting here feeling my forehead. I was like,
She said, "Mmm,
I
juicy one."
was like,
Extra
what is
toothpaste on
this?
that one. You put toothpaste on your joint show?
When I was in high school, yes,
Did that
but
ever work?
now I think so because well, also I ended up performing surgery on my face a lot where I wouldn't ever like push
Mm-hmm.
or like squeeze because you bruise yourself, right?
You do?
So yeah, that's why you don't do it because it's bad. That's why like you make it worse is like one, your fingers are dirty and you're pushing up against it and
Yeah.
everything like that. So that's why like if you go to like the dermatologist or anything, they have like those different tools that they use.
Oh.
So I used to do that, or I would get a really hot like washcloth and I would hold it on it so that it would pop.
Wow. Yeah.
And then a Q-tip with some witch hazel, and you just douse it on there. You cry for a minute because it stings. Like it stings like crazy, but you gotta get all that gunk out. So I was sitting here feeling, I was like, oh yeah, I said, I'm gonna see you tonight at 9:30. I know that.
I'll
As
be
I was
damned.
feeling it, I was like, yeah,
I'll be damned. I'll be damned.
Not
that's
your
gonna be a
pimple
good
routine.
one.
I'm gonna try it next time I get one.
Don't ever touch it. If you gotta touch it to squeeze it or anything, use two Q-tips or use two paper towels. And you just around the area. Don't nails. Like, yeah. I've gotten a little bit better about it because every once in a while you get a blackhead and you're
Mm-hmm.
like, this
Like,
gotta go.
yeah. Gotta
So,
go. Yeah.
especially when you feel it coming and you feel it like it's growing as the day goes
Yeah.
on.
Once you rub
Like,
your finger across it or you see it, you like, oh, you can't
it
get
just
nothing
it
done.
feels, and then it's like, man, it's like I swear this thing got its own heartbeat. Like I hear it's like boom, 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 boom. Like, I was like, it has to go. Mm-mm. So I don't know. I kind of like doing stuff like that. I know you're not supposed to, but I like doing it.
People do it. That's why there's YouTube channels and
Yeah.
videos with billions of
Oh
views.
my gosh, I love watching Dr. Pimple Popper so much. I will sit down there and watch her slice and dice and compare things to like food while I'm sitting there eating. I'm just like, and then what happened? I said, and then she goes and she weighs the stuff afterwards, and she's like, "Oh, it looks like cottage cheese." And the other people are like, "Ew, ew," and I'm like, "Well, it does. It does."
What's wrong
I
with
will
you, yo?
sit.
It's another dude on there that does something similar to her. I like his videos too. I can't remember
Yeah,
his name. Yeah,
I like it. I'm learning.
you learn and you also learn to be thankful and grateful. Some people are just born with things.
Or they just like show up over time, like
Yeah.
different like growths. Oh my gosh, like what do you mean you've had this growth like just on the back of your shoulder that
Armpit.
showed up on your 5 years ago and you ain't go to the doctor, you just been like getting a bigger t-shirt? What you
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, that's what they did, yo.
And I just love how they like stitch it up and it's like once they heal, it's like you ain't never know. You would never know.
Couple
I love
people
that.
it comes back for a couple people.
If that's because they don't get rid of the sack. That's the thing. You have to get rid of the sack. That's what Dr. Pimple Popper says. She says, "Yeah, we can cut this and weigh it, make sure it doesn't have anything cancerous or anything like that. But if I don't get that little sack, it's gonna come back." And watching her like get the little scissors and cut it, and I'm just like, man, the gift that keeps on giving. Mm.
Back to why y'all have not heard from us. We're not canceled. Everything's fine overall. So before the break, I couldn't say it, but I can say it now. I landed a new job, so I was transitioning and working really hard the last couple weeks at my old job to make sure that I had a nice, hot, warm, healthy, and friendly handoff so that I didn't leave my team hanging. Then, oh, I need to hit round of applause. I don't know where it's at.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Were you actually clapping?
Me? Yes, I was clapping
I don't.
just now.
Why didn't I hear it? I don't hear that. I don't hear that either. I don't hear that either.
Oh, interesting. Weird.
Wait, tap the front of the mic though. The front. I don't hear that either.
Inter-
Wow.
Now, what if after this whole episode is done, you just hear a whole lot of Russian?
I would laugh and I would leave all of it in there. That would be absolutely insane. I'd be so mad.
Because you see how hard I was tapping on the microphone.
That's a
Like,
good.
what
I
if-
got you a good. That actually, you know what? That is a good ass mic. That was like a $200 mic.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
it's good.
But I'm just sitting here like I'm tapping all up on it and everything. Like, what if someone had their headphones in and that's what they hear?
Y'all, let us know if you heard all those sounds. But transitioning between jobs, and I had some downtime. I will keep this brief. Ran into someone special around the holidays. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh it,
And,
ooh it.
you know, had some conversations, spent some time, had some food, you know what I'm saying? Went down memory lane and, you know, just had some very deep conversations. So, you know, matters of the heart have been taking place and, you know, just trying to figure some things out, you know what I'm saying? So that also happened.
The voice change is crazy.
I'll be damned. I'll be damned. I'll be damned.
What's wrong with my voice?
It was like you were doing one of those voicemails.
I'll be
Like, you
damned.
know, like back in the day.
I'll
And
be
they're like,
damned.
sorry, I can't come to the phone right now, but if you leave your name and your number, I'll get back to you after the beep.
I'll be damned.
Not you do.
I'll be damned. I'll be damned. I'll be damned.
She took him so
I'll
With
be
like
damned.
the little like song playing in the back.
Did I ever do that? I think I used to put rap songs on my shit.
Yeah.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, I only did rap songs. I wasn't. My mom used to do that because we actually had an answering machine that used to take the little mini cassette tapes.
Mm-hmm.
What you talking about? You ain't never seen that?
No, I remember those in my grandma's house, but for us,
I'm old as hell. She said, I remember that from my grandma's house. That was my childhood.
but I remember like setting like the voicemail, and I remember getting my first phone, and I'd be like, "Hello," And then I sit there and wait. I'm like, sorry, I can't pick up the phone right now. Like I
Oh
used to
my.
hate when people would do that.
I'll be damn. I'll be damn.
That was my voicemail. And then I think I got to like, I don't know, maybe I got to high school and I was like, if I apply for a job, I don't want them to see that or like hear that as my voicemail.
Yo.
So yeah.
You wow. You wow, yo. That but we on one today. But yeah, that was what happened in a nutshell on top of family being in town, have a relative, my Aunt Bessie, who is recovering from surgery. So yeah, there's just been a lot of things going on, and now I'm trying to also elevate my mental state because I'm in a new, job position, which is going to enable me to make the next few steps in my life that I've been working to build back. And I have a lot to think about and a lot to process. I have some very important goals that I want to complete within the next 6 months. I should be able to do it. Home ownership is one of those. So, woo woo. Here, where did it here, yeah. And just ironing out some old wounds and some mental hang-ups so I can just, enjoy. I'm 40 now. I am on the latter half of my life. I don't know.
Oh, that seems kind of
Halfway point. I don't know how old I'm gonna be.
I mean
80 ain't bad.
oh, well, I did say that a couple of times. I said if I get to a certain point, I'm just like
80 ain't bad, bro. I don't know what else I need to do past that. Yeah. So, what about you? Hold up. No, never mind. We'll do headlines after. I forgot, yo.
Life has been lifing.
Oh shit.
As usual, you know how it is. But just really adjusting because I moved out. So one, trying to get my place set up because I'm like, okay, this is you. You moved out. This is your place. Try and make sure like you enjoy the space that you're in, no matter what. Because I feel like it seems that I've moved out almost every single time I've gone through some type of change in some way in my life. So like in Richmond, I moved out. I moved off campus dorm housing into like my own student apartment and everything. And I adopted a cat, and that was like the first time ever like being on my own by myself. And then I ended up in that weird, crazy relationship, and then I moved back home, and then I moved immediately out because I was like, okay, that relationship is gone. The shackles are free. They're off me. I'm gone. And I moved out into my own apartment that I ended up subleasing from for like 6 months and tried to clear my mind, get everything together, and then I moved back home. And then now it's like, I think. I stayed home for 2 years and I don't know. I knew that I was going through changes mentally, I guess, in a way. And it always comes around my birthday. But a lot of things last year, I guess, came to light to me around my birthday, whether it was within like my job and relationships, everything just starting to make sense. Where I was like, I don't want to feel like I wasted a year being in spaces that weren't serving me a purpose or any purpose really. And I think I did a lot of like reflection, I want to say this past year of 2024. And I look back and I'm like, I was in like a weird situationship that extended for far too long. It extended into almost a year. I have no idea why. But looking back on it, it's like, okay, it's clear. I wasn't ready for a relationship, one, but two, I felt like wherever I was mentally, I think I was a little too lenient with things. And I feel like the situationship that I was in, and it was very eye-opening once we got towards like the last 2 months of it. And it was right around my birthday where I was like, you know what? I don't really like you. And we're just like together, but we're not together. And I don't like that. And that's not who I am as a person. And also it's definitely not who I am as a person when I feel like I've settled for this and that's not what I want. And you know what you want and it's not this and I want something else. So I think that also propelled me into moving out because I was like, okay, now you're like a official adult
Mm.
and you want to experience, yeah, you may have experienced living alone and on your own, but you were also at a lot of developmental ages. Like I lived on my own when I was 19. So it's like, you just starting to get settled into your little adult year and then you moved out again when you were, how old was I? I was 21. So then it was like I moved out and I experienced 21 to 22 on my own. And then
Oof.
23 happened. And everyone always talks about how 19 and 23 are like one of the worst years, basically. They're like just really hard development years. And I absolutely agree with it because I was 23 last year and oh my God, I don't know what I was on. But now I'm 24, and I would say before I turn 25, I'd like to one say that I have lived on my own as an adult and experienced an adult life, going into work, doing the commute, all of it, dating as an adult with this new, fresh mindset, with everything that I've learned so far about myself this past year. So that's kind of what I've been focused and hindering and all him and hawing on in December, especially when we took our break, because I was like, I said, I do not care for what situations I have been in this past year. And I know the person that I want to be when I'm 25. So how can I get to be that person? So I did a lot of that while we were on our break. And then, enjoying the holidays. I had family from out of town, which was great. I love seeing them. Love you, Mima. Love you, Pop Pop. Cam, you the man. Just don't be weird. He's my
What?
cousin. He's my cousin. He just be saying weird stuff sometimes, but love him. Love him so bad. He's just hilarious. He's a character. I would love to have him on the show at one point because I don't know what be going on in his mind. He
Lord
was
have
talking
mercy.
about he wanted a Dominican Republic flag and the Puerto Rican flag, and he wanted to tie them together and put them in the background when he decided to start streaming playing video games because he wants them to have peace since they share like the same country or the same island. And I was like, Cam, you're completely off, brother. That's the Dominican Republic and Haiti. It's not Puerto Rico. And
Wow.
he was like, "Are you serious?" And I said, "I am absolutely serious with you right now." I said, "Do you want me to pull out a map? We can pull out a map." You know,
Oh, keep him away from the
he's
show.
he, he's on a different world, and I love him for it. It's hilarious talking to him because I'm like, where's the mindset coming from? But yeah, that's a lot of what I've been doing and thinking about since we've had our break. And I
Uh,
just open up to you guys, the audience. Y'all better appreciate that. It ain't gonna happen for another like what, 3 months, 6 months.
I know Erica. Yo, why you drink? Why is your pinky all the way over?
Always drink from my cups like that with the pinky up, hyperextended.
Bridgerton fingers? Bridgerton? What is it called?
I I have to. I don't know why.
Oh
I've been
my
doing it all
god.
this time. I think I started doing it as a joke when I was younger and it stuck. So now when I'm out somewhere, like I had a work lunch and I had my glass of water and I went like this and I said, "Oh," I said they probably
Not
think
you
that.
doing it with the jar. What you drinking anyway?
So, okay, don't judge me. I was in Lidl the other day with my mama. Why? They had not even $4. They had $3.50 wine. I
Yeah.
said, I said, oh yeah. I said because I like the Aldi one,
Yeah,
and the Aldi
exactly.
one The Audi one is $4, but I was in Levi. I said, hold up. And I said, they got a $3 one? So I stocked up. I was so
Not
excited.
stocked up. Not just stocked. What is stocked up? How many?
Okay, I got 6 bottles out there. But
I'll be damned. I'll be
It's-
damned.
it's not a
I'll be
problem.
damned.
it's not a problem. It was a deal. It was a sale. I'd be stupid if I walked out there without
Yo,
6.
6 bottles
So-
is nuts on the wine you haven't tasted yet.
And that's when it screwed me, okay? Because I came here, it was Sunday night. I came here. I said, I'm gonna shower. I'm gonna start meal prepping, and that's what I was doing when you texted me. I was meal prepping. I was cooking up a storm. I said, I'm just trying to get to this wine. I just want to be able to sit on the couch and drink this glass of wine. I grabbed my wine opener. I'm sitting there popping it open, throwing the cork in the bowl, everything. I pour this big old cup of it, and it tastes disgusting. Oh, I was so mad.
Made you sit up.
Yeah. And I said, I was like, I got bottles of white wine. White wine is supposed to be sweet. I don't know what this is. Like,
Not
that's
all
the
white
thing.
wine is sweet.
Not all white wine is sweet. And here I am thinking like, oh yeah, I love me a Sauvignon Blanc. I love me
Oh.
a Moscato, a Prosecco. I was like, I love me a little champagne, a little Chardonnay, something bubbly. And it was white. It was white wine. And I was sitting there telling my mom, as I picked it up, I said, it's not telling me which one it is. And she was like, oh, well, it's white wine. I said, you're right. If it's white wine, that means it got to be good. Wrong. Lidl count your days because a $3.50 bottle of wine, and it's the nastiest thing ever. I got to mix it with some raspberry lemonade just to drink it. So I had a glass. It was all the way up to here, brother.
You.
All the way up to here. And I've been throwing splashes of raspberry lemonade in it so that I
Oh
can.
my God.
'Cause I
Yo,
said
you
the
got the
bottle
wine you paid for.
And I said, the bottle already open. I said, and my mom, she was like, you're gonna have to pour it out. I said, no, the bottle open. I'm not gonna waste the money. I'm gonna drink it. I'll just
Yo.
be sad.
Dude, yo, no. I would no. No.
I have one glass left.
It's $3. No, I'm not. No, if it's wasting money, to me, wasting money. If it's like 25 and up, maybe 30 and up, I was like, I can't waste it. Yo, that. Yo, hold on. We might need to record once a month because your life is funny as hell when we got space. If it's you bought
The way-
6 bottles of trash. When you
The
gonna
way
do
I've
with
been
that
fighting
wine?
for my life, I'm gonna just start offering it to people. I said, oh, you
Now,
want a
you,
glass?
you got to be gifts. People' birthday come up. Girl, I brought wine. Stick it
Exactly.
right. There you go.
I was for New Year's. I kid you not, for New Year's, I was up in Audi because I was like, dang it. I was like, I forgot I gotta bring something over there. And I walked over into Audi and I saw that champagne on the counter. I said, say less. I said I bought 3 of them. And
God.
I went over to my friend's place and she popped the bottles and was pouring it. And I took it, so I said, oh, that's disgusting. I said, I'm so glad that I brought it here. I was mixing it
I'll
with
be
the
damned.
tea, with the lemonade. I was like, this thing is disgusting. It gotta go.
It's
And then I brought her like something random that I opened. Like I think it was like maybe like some, I forgot what it was. It was a baked good. I know that I also got. And it looked good, but it didn't taste good. And I told her, I said, hey girl, I was like, I just want to let you know I brought this for you. And here you go.
yo, you ain't right.
I was like, this thing nasty. I was like, I need to get this off and out of my house. It's taking up space.
Yo, that is so funny, yo. Why do we do that to our friends and the people we care about?
Because I'm like, one thing about me, I'm gonna just keep giving it off to the next person. I said, mm-mm. Go ahead, double it, give it to the next. I ain't keeping it. And you already spent the money. Like, oh my gosh.
It's
Have you
not a lot
tried-
of money.
But it still counts. It still counts. And then I just be so mad that I can't return it because then I'm like, come on, like this needs to come with some type of reviews. So like, you know, the Minute Maid like they're little simply, and they're doing like the like strawberry daiquiri and then like the lime. Disgusting. Okay.
Damn.
Why? Why do they only come in this big liter bottle? I
Gee.
was so mad. I
I'll
went to
be
Total
damned.
Wine, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to try this because I love their lemonades. Da 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 da. 12.99 for one. I said, dang, this is a big bottle. I hope I like it. I bought both flavors. I bought the margarita one. I bought the margarita one and I bought the strawberry daiquiri because I said, oh yeah, I like their lemonades and they be real good. I opened both bottles up because I said, now I have to try both just as a sample, just to make sure it's good, it's hitting. One tasted like Robitussin and the other one tasted like Benadryl. I said, enough. I said, enough. I said, I just spent like what, like $30 on this?
You should have did
ain't
one
no way.
and took the other one back.
But I was telling myself, I said, you want to try both, so you might as well try both now. And I kid you not, it was a liter bottle, a liter glass bottle. And I was sitting there, I was so mad because I was like, there's no way that you could spice this up. Like, there's no way that you can make this taste better because I'm tasting medicine and cough syrup at this point. And I kid you not, it sat in the fridge for like 2 months before I was like, you know what? I just randomly dropped it off at my friend's apartment. I said, here you go, girl. I know you like to drink and everything.
I'll be
Yeah.
damned. I'll be damned.
We're gonna have
I
to talk about
forced
this.
it.
We're gonna talk about this behavior.
I forced it on her. I was just like, yeah. I said, you're gonna take this. I said, because you like to drink. I said, here you go. Make a little margarita out of that. That was disgusting.
That happened. I don't remember. Oh yeah, you mother fofos. UV. It was a brand called UV, and they came out with vodka.
Ew.
Nice.
Was it vodka orange juice?
No, it was just vodka. They had different flavors, and they all taste like medicine. I was so mad.
Like, that's how I feel about the have you seen the Sunny D? The hard Sunny D's that
I'm
they're
not doing
selling? Why? Who decided? Who decided that they want a hard Sunny D?
Low key, I don't drink Sunny D anymore. I don't even drink orange juice because it upsets my
Is it even
stomach.
considered
but
like orange juice?
It's orange drink. But it's thick. Probably goes really. You probably don't have to use as much.
And it never gets cold.
Yeah, that weird thickness to it. Okay.
Yeah. It was weird. I don't like a thick drink like that. It might as well be a smoothie.
Yeah, I agree. It might as well be a smoothie. It's gonna be as thick as Sunny D. Yo,
Hello.
You are wild, man. Y'all. So we're not even gonna do headlines. We're 30 minutes in.
It's been great catching up with y'all.
Yeah, it's been great catching up with y'all. But oh yeah, I gotta make this announcement. I put it on Instagram. Oh crap. Well, Ericca, you don't know this, but yeah, it's actually kind of a little bad, but not really.
It is?
Yeah, we have to go on a short, well, hopefully a very short hiatus because I have to send my laptop off to get repaired. And it says it takes 5 to 10 business days. And I don't know if that's going to be, I don't know. I'm hoping for a quick turnaround. So, y'all got this episode this week. If I get my life together and Ericca has time, we can do another one this weekend. So y'all have one next week. Because I plan on shipping this thing out Monday. Monday? Yeah, Monday. Oh, no. Is FedEx on the run Monday? Yeah, they will.
They should be. I mean, it's.
I can take it to Dollar General. Dollar General
Yeah.
ships. That's what I do anyway. Yeah, so sorry for the hiatus for this year or the beginning of the year. So y'all might get 2 episodes this month. But yeah, my laptop is getting repaired. I'm very happy about that. Customer service finally came through. I had to do some shim on the flim flam to get it though, but we ain't gonna talk about that on air. Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure I said that. So nothing's wrong. Nobody's injured or hurt or beefing or nothing like that. Just gotta get my computer fixed, and we use it to record the pod. So yeah, and to upload the pod too. So there's that. Do you have any more like stories, Ericca? Because we can just,
I don't. Okay. I know I have I don't know. I go through life and I'm just like, what is this? So I will say, okay, one of my memories or one of my favorite pastimes from this past holiday, Christmas and everything. Um, so we decided to bust out the board games
Mm.
on on Christmas. So the thing is, running theme or joke is that I ruined Jenga because, you the last time we played it, I was laughing and I went to like do one. I don't know if you heard my shoulder
I
pop.
did.
Yeah, that was aggressive, right?
Yeah.
I need some like fish oil for my joints. But I went to point and I accidentally touched it and the whole thing broke and I was so bad. And they were just like, there she go. So I had like this little thing over my head where I'm the one who ruins Jenga.
Wow.
This year, however, there was a video where my dad was just instigating the entire time. My grandparents were instigating. He was instigating, and it was me, my brother, my brother's friend, and my brother cousin Cam, and my mom playing. And we were just coming up with this idea of this Jenga lady because every time that you went to poke and prod, it just kept shaking on you and shaking. And we are just like, why is she shaking like a stripper so bad? Like, why is she
You know,
like?
I'll be damned.
So we came up with a whole backstory for the Jenga. And we said, I was like, she is stripper. She's trying to make sure them kids get them Christmas gifts. I have a whole video. I'm gonna have to send it to you because it's
I'll
funny.
be damned.
Because Cam, he kept poking and poking at it, and my dad was like, no free samples, no free samples. Because every time he kept poking, I said, why are you poking at it like that? Like, that's weird. And that's why I said, he's just being weird sometimes. But we were doing that and we played this stupid board game. It's not even a board game, it's like card game. I keep saying board games. It was this card game where it's like tell me without telling me is like the name or whatever. So you have to do like the character traits or like TV shows, celebrities, all that type of stuff. Learned a lot about a lot of people and how much they be smoking in my family because
no.
I was like, oh, this is very eye-opening. I said, all y'all were judging me back in my days. But
Judging you
but
doing what?
but look at here. Okay, here's a funny story. So this was back now, my parents knew that I was going to experiment recreational
Mm-hmm.
at some point. I had told them back in high school, I said, hey, I said, don't be alarmed, but when I go to college, it's going to be a whole new world. It's a whole new world. So I might dibble and I might dabble. So just let me have that human experience because I know y'all did it. Y'all can't lie and say you didn't. So I was very open and honest with my parents. And this is funny because I think I was hanging around this guy that I wasn't really interested in. And I think we were just like hanging out for the time being. But I knew him since like middle school. And he was into the stuff. So I was like, okay, the little tree stuff. And so I would hang out with him and I think it was hilarious because
Tree stuff.
I would come back I would come back home at like 11 o'clock, 11:30, and you could smell it so bad. Like you could smell it. Like I know you could smell it. And I'm just like standing there. Like in the house. I'm just like, I came in, my mom was like, you okay? I'm like, I'm great. And then I go upstairs, I take my clothes off and throw them in my closet and close the door and change into my pajamas. And I remember one time I came in and I went into the basement and I was telling myself, I said, be cool, be cool. They're not gonna know. And I sat in the basement on the chair and I sat there for like 15 minutes and my mama was talking to me the entire time. I had no idea. She was just messing with me because she knew,
Mm-hmm.
but she was just messing with me. And I was like, hmm. And when I was in Richmond, I was by myself. And this is when I just like stopped completely because I was like, oh my gosh, this is way too much. I had
You sure
accidentally
you want to tell
eaten.
this story?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Why?
just making sure.
No, like
You're-
my parents know.
No, not about your parents. You're doing a lot of opening up. You don't normally.
Oh, I know, but this is actually hilarious because this one I think of it fondly because I'm like this was just when you were doing dumb stuff because it was like
Mm-hmm.
might as well I'm in college.
Oh shit.
And I accidentally ate too much of a cookie brownie swirl.
Mm.
It was like a little bit more than half. And I remember his words vaguely saying, only eat it in pieces. And I don't know what I was on that day, but I was like, it's a Saturday. I already did my homework for the weekend. I don't have anything going on. I'm bored. I ate the whole thing. I said, wow. And after I did it, I was like, you so dumb because why would you do that? I was like, you legit live alone. Why would you do that? And mind you, I had my cat, still have her at the time. But I don't know, she was smaller. And it finally settled in as I was making stovetop mac and cheese and watching Dr. Pimple Popper.
Wow.
Um, and for my stovetop mac and cheese, I like to put Old Bay in it because I'm allergic to shellfish, and I like to try to see if I can do a little seafood mac and cheese without the seafood. Um, and I was sitting on the couch, and I was like, I got hot, and I was eating it, and then was telling myself, I said, "Your throat's closing up. Your throat's closing up." And it wasn't, but
Mm-hmm.
I was telling myself, and I was like, "Oh no!" And then I was like, "It's hot," and I was like, "Can I breathe?" And I opened.
Oh my God.
I I knew I needed to sleep it off
Mm-hmm.
because I was making myself like paranoid and
Yeah.
like panic and freak out, and I knew I needed to sleep it off, but I wouldn't allow myself to sleep it off. I was like, mm-mm. I was like, you're too far gone. You're too far gone. You ain't gonna wake up. You ain't gonna
Wow.
like. And so
Yeah.
I opened the window to the apartment and put my face up against the window screen, and I told myself, I said, what you're gonna do? You're gonna call your mom, or you're gonna tell your mom to call 911. Instead of just me calling 911 myself, I was like, you're gonna tell your mom, call 911, tell her you ain't never gonna do this again. You so dumb. And just have her come down here. I said, have her come all the way down to Richmond. I said, that's a 2-hour drive. I was like,
Pull you
so
right
I
out of school.
yeah, she was like, no, she would have just looked at me with a side eye like the whole day. She was like, you serious right now? Like this is my Saturdays watching you and you all looking at you. Like, and I tell them that all the time as a cautionary tale because my dad, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. My dad, he, I gave him some gummies. And I told him, I said, do not take one because you haven't done that in a long time. And the last time you did it, it was in the what, 90s? I said, things have evolved. I said, take a small bit, but let me know when you take it. And
Mm.
he did not. So he decided that he was going to take one and take a shower. And
Lord
it
have
settled
mercy.
in. And I kid you not, I forgot, this happened like a year ago or 2 years ago. It still cracks me up to this day because of the look on his face. He took it, didn't realize how strong it was going to be. And it was just one. And I'm going behind him down the stairs. And he keeps going down the stairs and he keeps looking at me. He's like, like I'm following him. And I'm like, I'm going down the stairs because I'm going to the kitchen. Like, and you're going downstairs. But he felt like I was following him so bad. Like to the point where he stopped on the stairs and just stared at me. I was like, brother, I was just trying to get to the kitchen. I was like, I'm trying to get to the kitchen, just to sit down on the couch. I'm trying to talk to you, try to socialize. At this point, I didn't know if he had taken them or not. And then I was trying to talk to him. I was trying to ask him a question because I think at this time it was before I switched jobs. So I was trying to do my resume. And we're in the kitchen and he's still like trying to get away from me for some reason and I don't understand why. And so then he like hightails it downstairs to the basement and he's down there for hours on end. And I'm like, why is he down there? And I was like, he probably took him and didn't even say anything. I said, now he's tripping out thinking that I'm following him. I'm plotting against him or something. I'm like, I don't know what he's on. And it was some awards ceremony that was on. And my dad never does this. Whenever he gets 2 cookies a night, no matter what. If it's like a dessert or like something or anything, if we have Oreos, if they're home baked, whatever, he only gets two. And half of the time he only eats one and he nibbles on the other and just leaves it on his nightstand. To this time around, he finally comes upstairs and he just looks crazy and he grabs like 8 of them. And then he sits on the couch. He never sits he just sits on the couch, but he never sits on his legs when he sits on the couch. He sat on his leg, and I was like, "What is good with you right now?" And he was like,
Wow.
he was so in tune with it. But he told me, he said that the next day because I think he had texted me, and he was like, "I'm still high," because he. So basically, he said that when he went downstairs, he thought that he was permanently dumb for some reason. He felt
Wow.
like the sober version of him was staring at him while he was on the couch, telling him how dumb he was for taking the whole piece
Yo.
instead of biting it. And then he said that he just wanted to sleep it off so bad. And when he woke up the next day, he was like, okay, I slept it off. And he got up and all of it hit him in the head that he was still and he was like, I'm permanently dumb. I'm gonna have to retire early. Like I don't know what else to do. Like I'm gonna have to quit my job. Like it's bad. He has not touched or come into contact with anything that I have brought to the house since. And it's been like a year.
Oh my God. What are you doing to these people?
Nothing. And that was the thing is my friend is the one who gave them to me and said, "Here, try it. I think I mean, like your dad or your mom, yeah, they could probably take it." And I was like, "Yeah, totally. Cool."
And you did it.
I didn't take them. I told him, I said, "Here, try it." I said, "But tell me if you try it and only take a small piece." He was like, "Take a small piece. I'm gonna take the whole thing and get in the shower."
I'll be damned. I'll be damned.
I have never had to babysit someone like that before in my life. That was hilarious.
That's absolutely terrible. Note to self: watch it around you. Watch it
I
around
don't
you.
do anything else I don't do anything anymore. Those were during my experimental days. Those are far beyond me now. I'm grown. I'm an adult.
The experimental days. Mm.
It's lessons learned. Lessons learned.
I remember the first time I got really high, like as a young adult in
Yeah.
college. Like the first time Ti versus Tip came out. Fantastic album by Ti, and Transformers was out. For some reason,
Transformers?
I think it was Transformers. I'm pretty sure like they came out around the same time. Some new movie was out,
Yeah,
and
it did.
okay. And I remember went to Best Buy. This is how old it is. Went to Best Buy and bought Ti's new CD. And my homeboy is like, man, oh I can't. Man, can I say this? I can say this.
Say what?
He's like, man, get two copies, two copies. I was like, man, I'll just burn you a copy when we get back to the dorm. He was like, nah, I want like an official one. So I bought him a copy too. And I remember we got in the whip. The movie's like across the street. Park. He started rolling up. He said, hey man, I know you don't smoke, so we about to. He said we about to hot box. I said, shit, let's go.
Ugh,
Yo, we turned
those
that
are the
Ti
worst.
album on, lit up. Yo, I felt like I was in the Matrix the whole time. My mind was tripping because it's Transformers. Like this was like the beginning of I think like the original trilogy.
Yeah, because that movie came out, I want to say in like 2007,
Yep,
2008.
somewhere around there. Yep, that's about
Yeah.
right. And I remember rolling the popcorn across my fingertips and everything being super sensitive, and it was a great experience, man. But I didn't even actually really. When I think about college, I really didn't smoke that much. I could probably name on one hand how many times I smoked in college. It's just never really, really, really been my thing. And
Yeah.
I was always working too. So drug tests and stuff like that. Most of the time, I had to stay clean anyway. And I've never done anything stronger than
No.
that. And I don't want to. I do want to try shrooms, but that's a nature thing. But yeah, I've not been interested in anything else. Did a lot of drinking in college. Not fond of drinking now. But yeah, did a lot of that. Too much of that.
I was more like it had to be social. I didn't really care to do it by myself because I'm like, okay, like you might as well pour open a glass of wine if you try and get crazy, girl. Like, and I wasn't really a big drinker in college. And I think a majority of my experience, I'll say, I know a lot of people always like expect it to be like your freshman year, because it's like the first year away from home and everything like that. But I didn't really explore until I think it was my junior year, like my junior year and my senior year, really. Because I mean, COVID happened
Mm-hmm.
and it was a shutdown. And that's when all these little stores and places kept popping up near the apartment. I was like, let me just take a little sample and try a little bit. But don't really have a care to do so anymore. It's like once you get it like out your system, like saying, "Oh, I did it," then you did it. I do like to do my little drinking, but I had to take a step away from vodka back in September because oh my God, had me tore up so bad. You know those Mio things
No,
that
what? Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
Mio
yeah.
do not mix it with liquor. Oh my God.
Isn't that
Oh my
supposed to
God.
be healthy, flavorful water?
It's like 0 calorie, yeah. And it just you add it to the water and it gives you like the little flavor, but 0 calories. And oh my God. It I blame my dad because this was before I moved out. And it was a Friday. I got home from work. It was a crappy week. It was a crappy week. Like I was in the trenches, like emotionally, mentally, physically, because it was just a bad week at work. I was very upset with like how things were going in my life personally and romantically. I was just so like aggravated because I was just like, ugh, like I'm going through this stupid thing all over again. I'm like, why do I keep getting in these same lessons and going through the same stuff? Like I know why, but I was also like mad at myself for now seeing that I'm back to square one because I didn't learn the lesson the first go around.
Oh, I know
Now
that.
it's like, yeah, and now it's like this is the third time. Like I was so annoyed with myself because I was like, come on. I said the same lesson, just packaged up in a different face and brought to my door. I was
Mm.
like, stop it. So, and that's I think that's what really triggered like me to start like really reflecting and then tying things to like around my birthday, stuff like that. But it was just a really crappy week. And I was over it. And I was like, you know, what? I just want to be like, I don't even want to remember the week by the time that tomorrow rolls around.
Oof.
And I only get, and that's what I do appreciate about my parents is they allow me to be tore up at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never felt the need to drink or anything like that out in public to the point where I'm just like, I don't know anything. I don't
Yeah.
remember anything, stuff like that. The only times that I have truly ever been like that, I have been at my parents' house because I'm like, at the end of the day, they're going to take care of me. I'm here. I'm safe. It's whatever.
Yeah.
And when I go out in public, it's completely different. I'm
Yes.
not like that. So I do appreciate them for allowing me to be like that, be a mess at home. And if I need to be a mess, I'm gonna be a mess at home, but never anywhere else. Or if I'm gonna be a mess, I'm gonna be there or I'm gonna be at my friend's house. Whereas like, girl, take my keys. You know I ain't going nowhere. Scoot over on your side of the bed. I'll be on your other side of the bed. Just let me be. Um, so I do appreciate and value the people in my life who allow me to do that. But my dad, like, he knew I was going through it. And he poured me my classy vodka tonic, but he did a double shot. And I know he did a double shot this
Mm.
day. And I remember drinking it and I was like, this is a little strong for it to be just a regular vodka tonic. I said, brother, you're not bartending correctly. And also he's also a rude bartender because he's like, you gonna drink it? And he said, or you gonna get behind the counter and do it yourself? And I don't feel like doing all that. So I got my Mio and it was mixed berry flavored. Don't ever get that flavor. Don't ever do it. Because it's I as I said it, I taste it or I like it's purple and it's supposed to just be mixed berry. And I poured it into I just squeezed a little Mio into my vodka
Oh
tonic and
my god.
I was like, just some take the little edge off. I was like, because man, this drink mighty strong. I messed up. Because on the bottom, on the back of the bottle, it tells you do not mix with alcohol. Do not mix with alcohol. I didn't know.
Mm.
And number two, the last thing that I had eaten that day was at like 12 o'clock.
Oh.
And it was 5 o'clock. And
Yeah.
well, actually, I got home. I want to say I got home at like 4:30. So I had my first drink at like a quarter to 5. Then I had my next drink at 5. Then my mama came in because she got home from work. And I was already 2 drinks in and I was twirling. I was twirling in the living room. My dad had the
Mm-mm-mm.
speakers. He was playing his music because he was just adding stuff to his music playlist. And I'm sitting there twirling. I was like, Shaka Khan, she listening to me. She's singing to me and only me right now. And I was just twirling up a storm. And you know, you're not supposed to twirl like that if you've been
Oh,
drinking
you was
because
literally twirling?
I was twirling, like twirling because
Oh,
I was
Lord.
like because also like you know when certain songs from back then, that's why I love listening to like 70s and 80s music because you can love it as a child, but then as you go through like life and these different experiences, you can relate to it so much more. And I feel like I'll relate to it even more when I'm like in my 30s. It's like music that it's just it always like serves as a purpose and it always is something that you relate to no matter what age you're at because I feel like you grow with the music, you know, even though it predates you. I feel like it just stuff like that. I'm like it has so much substance and it's like they talk about so much. So that's why I was like Shaka. I was like you preach it right now. And then oh my gosh, I forgot her name, but she sings Young Hearts Run Free. Oh my gosh, when my dad played that, that's when I started boo-hoo crying and twirling at the same time. I was like, "Oh my God." And
Yeah, you was done.
I was done. And then I decided another drink. I had 3.
Hey,
And then
yo.
and I was still doing the Mio in it. And then I sat down. I sat down for a second and I closed my eyes and the room was spinning. And then I went into the bathroom because I was like, okay. I was like, I'm gonna just go here because it's like it's hot in the house now. It wasn't hot.
It wasn't
I was
hot.
hot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was hot.
Yeah, you
My
all
dad
that
found
unleaded
me.
plus in your damn gut.
Yeah, my dad, he found me. I was late.
It's about, wait, my dad, he found me. He found me is crazy, yo.
Because he disappeared. Like I disappeared because I was like, oh my God, it's hot. And I was like, I'm gonna just go to the bathroom. I'm gonna put some cold water on my face because it's hot in this house. I was like, he pumping the heat. I don't know why he pumping the heat. And it's September. You know, he wasn't even pumping the heat. We were still experiencing like 90-degree weather back by then. He found me. I was leaned up against the tub like this on the floor of the bathroom. I was like, oh my gosh. And all I know is like I was in and out. I was like, and I think I think I went to Bourbon. I was like, and he was like, hey. And he had to like put my bonnet on me. He had to put my bonnet on me. And him and my mom had to get me, and I was like, my contacts were still in my eyes, and so they're like holding me up as I'm trying to like look through, and they put me to sleep. I woke up the next day disoriented,
Yeah,
confused,
you should have.
embarrassed.
You should
I
have.
woke up. I woke up. My makeup was smeared. I said, "What happened?" And they're like, "What do you mean? What happened?" And also, I still didn't eat. So I was like, oh my God, that was like the first time in like ever that I had been that severely like hung over. And I had not been like that in a long time. And I was like, wow, I said, I don't want to go through this again. I was like, this was a one and done. This was my one and done for the year. And then I said, even though it's 2024, I'm not doing that in 2025. It's done. But to this day, that mixed berry Mio, every time I say it, I taste it just a little bit, and I'm just like, oh, I was like, I just want to hurl just a little bit because I'm
Oh my
like,
god. Because the memory
it's,
is attached to.
oh, it was so disgusting. It's at my mama's house because she said, oh, do you want your meal? And I said, well, I was like, the meal, no. I will get a completely different one. Had me sitting there researching. I said, can Mio be mixed with alcohol? And it says Mio cannot be mixed with alcohol. It says it on the back of the bottle. And there go me being dumb on a Friday.
I wonder what kind of reaction it caused.
It just made like I legit was fighting for my life. Where I had not been that down bad since I went to Vegas. And when I went to Vegas, I knew why I was down bad in Vegas was because we did 7 shots of Crown Royal apple. Oh my God.
Y'all was going in.
Oh my gosh. We were in the club and our bartender, he said, y'all do one? I'ma do one too. I said, oh my God. I said, please, brother. I said, do not bring another tray of them. But we were celebrating my friend's birthday. And then we ended up getting like, I think like 2 or 3 free rounds of shots. And I was sitting there telling myself, and I'm a lightweight. That's the other thing. I'm a
Are
lightweight.
you, Ericca?
I am. I am such a lightweight, but I was telling myself, I said, you better not throw up. I was bullying myself when we got back to the hotel room. And meanwhile, everybody else is sleeping perfectly fine in the beds. And I'm sitting there in the bed in the dark. And I'm like, the room's spinning. The room's spinning. And I'm telling myself, I was like, please, I would never drink again if I could just get through this night. I'm sitting there telling that to myself, knowing I'm lying. Like, knowing I got my fingers crossed behind my back. And I'm just like, I promise, if I get through this night without throwing up, I'll never do this again. Flash forward a year later, I'm in the bathroom on the floor.
Knocked out. All right, now you said stuff be happening to you 3 times. That's 2.
I know.
So learn the lesson now, man.
Yeah,
man.
I said,
So
I ain't doing that no more.
After all these experiences, the growth, the reflection, what is your 2025 motivational message for the audience here?
My 2020... Y'all got a lot out of me today, okay? Y'all better be appreciative because half of this stuff is embarrassing. 1, 2, I'm just letting you guys see. And maybe that was good. Maybe it's good for me to get things off my chest like that. But I want to say for 2025, my advice and motivation for you all, and I'll do the same. Hold me accountable if you can, if you must. I probably get a little irritated with you, but accountability is really hone in on who you want to be. It doesn't mean who you want to be right now. It could be who you want to be in the next 5 years, who you want to be next year, who you want to be if you're 40, when you're 40, when you're 45, anything like that. Who do you want to be in the future? And really just start living as if you're that person. I feel like we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to try to get to like step 1 to step 2 to step 3. And sometimes we lose the bigger picture because we're so focused on the little intricate details of everything. And also we always try to move forward and try to put the puzzles of the pieces together. And just maybe, what if we just jumped out there instead? What if we already acted as if we knew it? What if we already acted as if we were that person that we wanted to be? Maybe it would come easier for us. I don't know. I sit and think about the woman I want to be when I'm 25 and what is she like? What is she not like? What does she do in her free time? Like, what does she look like? Things like that. And instead of saying they're like, oh, well, she's like this, but I won't be able to get like that until I do this, that, and the third. I feel like I make excuses for myself when I do that, and I'm trying to put a timeline on things rather than just do it. Mm-hmm. Just do it, because if you overcomplicate it, then I don't know, when you overcomplicate, you're just not as motivated, and that's how you kind of fall through with not holding up to your promise. And that's another thing. Make sure that you actually keep up on the promises to yourself, because that builds your confidence. Because it builds your security with yourself. Is that at the end of the day, you can always depend on yourself, and you've shown it time and time again. And that's something that I think we can all work on No one's perfect in that. But definitely, like if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm actually gonna try to actually do it in regards to myself. I know I can do that and drop everything for the next person, but I rarely ever do that for myself.
Mm. Mm. Hold on. I mean, here, where did it do? Here, you went through a lot these last 60 days.
I was like, when I say through the ringer, that's when you said, "Oh, I can't make it to." I said, "Hallelujah," because I was like, "I am torn up." I
You
said,
are.
I was like, "I'm getting jumped by life right now."
I'm just gonna say this. Pay attention to timing. And kind of like what Ericca said at the top of the show, pay attention to those lessons that kind of pop back up in life. How can I say this? You never know what's gonna happen day to day. You know. I didn't even get started yet.
Because I was like, I needed to hear that. I said, "You right." I said, "You don't."
You don't, yo. You don't.
Trying to plan everything out.
So, but before you think that thought, most of us have a plan. We work towards something, yada yada, so on and so forth. But you don't know what's gonna happen the next day, right? So, one thing I want to say is enjoy each day. Enjoy each day, the time, the moment, the memories. And also enjoy the fruits of your labor, man. There are so many people who work so hard and do not reward themselves at all, do not do anything for themselves at all. Like, you earned it. You are waking up, you busting your ass, going out there to earn this money. It's your money. Take care of your obligations, then take care of you. It doesn't matter what other people think or what they think you got or don't got. And please stop claiming broke when you got it just because you don't want nobody to ask you for nothing. I'm done with that mentality too. I'm no longer walking around. I ain't gonna walk around like I'm rich, but I'm not walking around like I'm super dirt poor. No, that's over with for me. Like, no, You're not gonna dim my light. Don't let anyone dim your light, yo. Enjoy. We got a whole year in front of us to do things differently.
You dropped some bangers.
No, that was
don't
you.
Don't dim your light. Don't dim your light, and also don't act as if you dirt poor, shrinking yourself for people. Let's get into it. I hope y'all learned and heard.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for us, man. Thank you for rocking with your boy and rocking with your girl. We here.
Yeah,
we not going nowhere. And I lied. We are going somewhere. Just remember, I got to get my laptop fixed. So
there's some technical difficulties.
Yeah, if you don't hear from us, next week or the week after, make sure you follow us, FME_podcast on Instagram and Fanbase. Yeah, we're going to put updates and stuff up there. And, maybe if I don't have my equipment, you can do something on Instagram or something. I don't know. Anyway, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourselves physically, mentally, and financially. We'll catch y'all. Peace.
Bye-bye.
What?